Good evening and welcome to a summary of the news. His Majesty the King chaired a meeting to follow up on the implementation of the National Strategy for Human Resources Development 2016-2025. During the meeting attended by Her Majesty Queen Rania, the King was briefed on efforts to unify the work of various institutions and programs in the vocational training sector. The King stressed the importance of employing modern technologies in education and introducing reforms in vocational education to upgrade the sector. His Majesty emphasized that organizing the sector in an institutional fashion is a top priority. He also commended the government's achievements in the area and said rigorous follow-up on program quality and implementation is necessary. A royal decree was issued today summoning Parliament to meet in an extraordinary session as of July 4th to pass a set of key legislations. Among those are amended drafts of the Judicial Independence Law, the Penal Code Law, the Criminal Court Law, the Land Fees Registration Law, the Monitoring Economic Activities Law, as well as others. Prime Minister Hani al-Mulki opened the first phase of the Princess Rahma Pediatric Hospital expansion project in the northern city of Irbid that was funded by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID. The Prime Minister, who was accompanied by a number of ministers and other officials, unveiled the commemorative plaque of the $8.5 million project that will start operation and checked on the expansion work. The project, which was implemented over a period of 2 years, will increase the hospital's capacity by 35%. The expansion of the hospital aims to respond to the growing needs resulting from the influx of Syrian refugees and increased demand for health services in the northern governorate. Border Guard forces killed 5 people and arrested 2 others during attempts to infiltrate the Jordanian border from Syria, according to a statement by the Jordan Armed Forces Arab Army Command Headquarters. A pickup truck and 2 motorcycles approached the Jordanian northeastern border region, where troops opened fire, killing 5 and destroying the vehicle and the motorcycles, and also damaged a second car that came to rescue them. Border guards also foiled another attempt by 2 persons to cross the frontier from Syria, arresting them and referring them to the competent authorities. In Syria, videos released on the internet by Smart News Agency purported to show Syrian army helicopters dropping barrel bombs on downtown Dir'a and its Palestinian refugee camp in southwest Syria. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said more than 170 missiles and barrel bombs targeting Dir'a were launched by forces loyal to Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. The region is currently the focus of talks between the United States and Russia, who are trying to create a de-escalation zone there. Saif al-Islam Gaddafi has been freed and may be ready to play an important role in Libya. A statement was issued by his lawyer Khalid al-Zaidi, who said Saif al-Islam will play a pivotal role in the phase which Libya has reached, namely reconciliation between the tribes and the cities. This report has the details.
The son of deposed Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi has been released by the armed group that took him captive in 2011. That's according to his lawyer and captors, who say Saif al-Islam Gaddafi was freed by the Abu Bakr Sadiq Brigade, who was holding him in the western town of Zintan. It said he was released under an amnesty law passed by a parliament based in the country's east. The country's turmoil has led to several competing governments and armed factions. Saif al-Islam's whereabouts are currently unknown, his lawyer saying it was being withheld for safety reasons. Previous reports of his release now proven to have been false. The 44-year-old is the most prominent of Muammar Gaddafi's children, touted as a possible successor before the uprising 6 years ago, in which the longtime leader was toppled and killed. A Tripoli court had sentenced Saif al-Islam to death in 2015 for war crimes, including killing protesters during the revolution. A UN-backed government now in Tripoli has struggled to assert its influence, especially over those powerful factions in the east. Despite his release, Saif al-Islam is sought by the International Criminal Court, which says his trial in Libya did not meet international standards.
Vote counting began in polling stations in France in the first of 2 rounds of parliamentary elections, which are expected to hand President Emmanuel Macron a strong majority. Turnout was low, and 3 pollsters projected it would remain below 50%. Interior Ministry data showed 40.75% of registered voters had cast ballots by 3 p.m. GMT, well below the 48.31% at the same time in the 2012 election. The weak turnout will likely narrow the field because candidates need the support of 12.5% of registered voters to qualify for the second round on June 18th. And finally, fair conditions continue across the kingdom for the rest of tonight with high variable winds. A rise in temperature is expected tomorrow, but it remains moderate in the hilly areas and hot in other regions with a high of 28 degrees Celsius in Amman. The Gulf of Aqaba should expect hot conditions tomorrow with a high of 38 degrees Celsius, while winds will be northerly moderate and the seas calm. With that, we come to the end of tonight's summary. I'm Nancy Khair. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.